Okay, I haven't uploaded on this channel in like months, years. It's been a while, but the reason I'm uploading is because recently a terrible person by the name of MD was finally slain and has retreated back into whatever hellscape she crawled out of. And I've come back to do what I am probably the only thing I'm good at, and that's critiquing her music. Specifically, there are 3 songs that I have heard that are the worst things I have possibly ever come into contact with. It probably gave me the plague, coronavirus, AIDS, HIV, super gonorrhea, for one, all in my eardrums. In fact, when I first listened to White Boy, her arguably most famous song, I actually got an ear infection, and doctors had to like fucking put a vacuum in my eardrum and suck all the cringe that she imported into my brain out. That was crazy. I was sick for like a month. That hurt. Fuck you, MD. I hope you suffer. But now that she's gone, I don't have to worry about her trying to take down my videos about her. And I can just make fun of her now without any bad things coming my way. Because she's gone forever. Goodbye. Get the fuck out of here. Good riddance. Okay. So I'm gonna. This first video is gonna be about her first song. I think either that or it was like the fucking male feminist rap or whatever the fuck, which arguably the worst. Arguably very much the worst out of the 3 songs I'm gonna be covering. So, in fact, I might actually cover all 3 of these songs. Maybe. Probably. I don't know if I have free time. Spring break's coming soon. So her first song, White Boy, was played on, from what I've guessed, is a keyboard. I've seen the keyboard. She could have done a lot better on it. She has a full-fledged fucking, like, piano at her dad's and all that shit. And yet, she can't make a good song. Just quit music at that point, for fuck's sake. Like, you can barely go through a chord progression on piano, arguably the easiest instrument I have ever come into contact with. I forgot the chords. I remember I transcribed this one on guitar. I figured it out really quickly. It was like G was I forgot if G or C was the key. I think it was, yeah, it was C. It was C, then it went to like A, maybe? Hopefully. And then it went to a weird fucking chord that's like only 3 notes. It was like a fucking triad. And then it went back. I think there were 4, maybe. I don't know. I forget. But it was that simple. It was like the basic fucking chords you figure out in a triad, which is probably simpler than all that. I'm gonna lecture her. Hopefully she sees this video. I don't know. She said she quit YouTube. I don't know if she's still lurking. She has a big, very homosexual, if I may put it, crush on Jamie Lycan Theory. So, I don't know. Maybe she'll find this. I hope. I hope every day. I pray every night to, like, Allah before I blow up my Twin Tower set that I have in my bedroom, that she sees this video. Okay. So, the first thing that's wrong with this is that it's a really slow song, but it's not good. It's literally just... Oh, I figured out the last chord. It's G. I knew it. Actually, even back then I was kind of confused on what the last chord was. But the tempo is really slow, and without like continuous playing on piano, like just hitting the keys, I can't really describe it good on guitar, but like even if you just added 2, it'd probably sound a lot better, because it's just 1 chord, then she destroys my eardrums, if I may put it nicely, for a couple like lines of lyrics. Other chord, like it's so simple. She said, "Oh, it was just a simple melody thing. Like, your melody sucked." Jesus Christ. Like, okay, at her dad's house, which I don't think she was at her dad's house yet when she recorded it. This wonderful song. Oh, she's bad at a bunch of instruments, but she had a guitar. Me and her talked about guitar in one of her live streams, but she had a guitar at her dad's. That was an Epiphone, really nice one too. It's a shame it's going to waste in that mentally challenged household. I have an Epiphone too. Actually, I will bring out one for this one. Actually no, fuck it, I'll do it on acoustic. Basically, if she just picked a better instrument, like one that doesn't need a supporting instrument to play, she probably could have made a decent chord progression. Like if she just did like, oh shit, where's my pick? Bruh, this is so sad. It's somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay. I just want this to make it easier to show you. If she just did like it on guitar, which she said she played, but then like her fucking one of her friends sold it for crack crystal meth or whatever she told me. Like if she just did like, it sounds like still bad because it's a terrible chord progression. Like I can get like C, A minor, but then like triad makes it sound all kind of off, and then the G comes out of nowhere. Like you could probably make it sound decent, but it's just bad. Also, she chose a basic G from what I could hear, which is like the first one you figure out how to play. Just play like, I don't know how you play a G equivalent of a bar chord on a keyboard, but let's just pretend that she had a guitar around. Hopefully, maybe even an acoustic one. You could have made something better than this. She should have played like a bar chord version of a G. It makes it sound way better. You probably have to have an ear for it, but as someone who's been playing guitar for like a year, over a year, it sounds way different. Not only can you control it better, but like it just sounds more full. But she didn't do that shit. And like, I'm trying to avoid the shitty lyrics she put into her crap, where she overgeneralizes a race. Kind of racist, to be honest, especially when you are that race. An entire group of humans, okay? The male sex. Like, boy, I get it. You were a crazy feminist, self-proclaimed. She said that to me, that she was a crazy feminist back then, even though she still is. But like, come on. You were what? Okay, so last time I heard she was like 29. In 2019, maybe, hopefully. You were like 28 when you made that song. Are you joking? Were you smoking crystal meth that your fucking friend sold your guitar for back when you were like 12? She said it was a Fender too. I wish I could have gotten my hands on that. I'm poor. I cannot afford a Fender. I have a really bad knockoff. But like what I'm trying to get at is she is so inept at everything she does creatively. My bad. That like she can't even commit to her own song. Like it wasn't a melody, it was a song. You put words into it. Hopefully, it doesn't sound like you put time into it, but hopefully you put time into it. And like, it's a bad keyboard song or piano song or whatever. Like, okay, I get it. Not everybody's first song is good. But at least demo it. Write it for like a good week, then demo it. Record like the basic stuff. Mix it if there's more than one track. Okay, hopefully there's more than one track. I hope to God you don't play piano that poorly while singing. It's an easy instrument. Those are one-hand chords. Jesus Christ. And then like listen to it, refine it, mix it good before you put it on the internet for like over 1,000 people to see, and for a young boy to critique heavily. And then release it. Please. Like, have someone else other than yourself listen to it before you release it. Please. I beg to God. Why is it that someone such as MD, who had experience with instruments prior, is being outmixed and outplayed via guitar by someone half her age? Less than half her age, actually. Like, no need to brag, okay? But the only instrument like I've ever played is guitar. Like that, I'm very fluent in, like instrument wise, is guitar. I've played keyboard and all that shit. I have experience with it. But like, I've only been playing for like a year, self-taught, no lessons. You're rich enough to get lessons, by the way. You're living with your dad. In like fucking Virginia or like South Carolina or some shit. You have an Ethophone. You have a bunch of different instruments lying around your house. You could afford lessons if you wanted them. Get lessons, please. I beg to God. Then again, music is just sexist anyway, huh? That's kind of all I have to say about this song. And I'm not really familiar with the last two songs of the very shitty trilogy, but I'll try to work those in somehow. Like, I remember, what was the fucking last one? It was about Jamie. I know it was about Jamie. You could tell it was about Jamie. It was like some stupid shit, like, White Man or something. Like, the sequel to White Boy. I made a joke about it in her stream about it being the sequel to White Boy. Equally as terrible. Maybe even worse, because at least White Boy had the honors of being the first piece of actual flaming garbage that she put on her channel. Music-wise. Because her entire channel was garbage. But... Sorry, I have to take water every now and then. I'm getting very heated right now. But okay. I'm probably going to close this video soon. But there were so many ways in making that song. Hopefully she didn't make it in a day. Hopefully. Like, I can make some jammies in like 10 minutes tops. But I at least know that some of it's not going to be good. I'm going to have to revise it and do all this other crap. I don't think she understands that. I thinks that she's like somebody with autism who thinks that every single thing they do is absolutely perfect and they gotta put it on the internet until a little boy makes fun of it to your face in one live stream that I did. Until that happens, you're like, oh, you guys want to hear my feminist song that I made in like a day? Because I gotta show all these white males who's their fucking daddy. Like, until that point, I bet she thought she was hot shit. Hot garbage is what she actually was, but... I'm so glad I'm returning to this. Even though it's probably not all too funny. But, let's see. Once I get a keyboard, though, I will definitely do a cover. I could probably do a guitar cover, though. I'll probably make that a separate video, because this video is already long enough. Next video out is going to be, male feminist. I actually cried. I could not go all the way through that video, actually, for real. So I only heard, like, the first couple lines, which was like, ooh, shout out if you're a male feminist. And then, like, looking back on that one, there's at least some production to it, a little bit. It was like a stolen beat, probably, or like some crappy beat she made in 2 minutes. That sounds like the joke raps I make to my friends about touching little kids. But, like, there were multiple voice tracks and all that, and it still sounded bad, and it was like, oh, why'd you put this flaming hot pile of doo-doo on the internet, bro? I'm gonna have to roast you on my channel. And so that's this video. And next 2 videos. Maybe. I don't know. I can't do outros too well. I can entertain people, maybe, for like a few minutes. But this is the outro, and I hope you guys had a wonderful day today. Listen to me rant about some, like, almost 30-year-old, probably already 30-year-old woman this year or last year. And her crappy music. Because there's going to be more. There's going to be a lot more. Oh boy. Okay. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next video, bro.